Alright. So, where was I? So, yes, first round, Hitler was obviously Hitler. Second round... Second round, I was liberal, but having a hard time to convince anyone because they were like, "Yo, he's fucking manipulative as fuck," and blah blah blah. But then I was liberal at the end, and they're like, okay, never mind. You know, they kind of learned their lesson. Like, you can't use a past game to figure out what's going on now, other than learning people's like personalities or whatnot. Like, you can use that a bit, but not necessarily anything else. And second game, I don't really remember the details except that the Liberals lost, and that basically the whole game everyone was like, I have no idea what's going on. And including me, like, I was trying to follow things and trying to be logical, but, like, with that game, playing as a Liberal, sometimes I think you just have to kind of go with your gut feeling, because there's not a lot of information to be had. So third game, I was fascist again. And oh boy, was that fun. Essentially, what I did was I ended up being president and got the ability to look at someone. And that time around, I decided to look at someone who was liberal. And then I claimed they were fascist. So everyone was like, oh my god, he's a fascist. And of course I was lying. And he, of course, knew I was lying, and also knew I must be fascist by the fact that I fucking just tried to out him like that. So, he's obviously trying to convince everyone, but I'm just basically being louder and more like on point. Like, no, he's definitely fucking fascist. Like, look at this shit. Like, oh my god, he's so fucking fascist. Like, holy shit. Oh my god, don't trust anything he says. And so they fall for it. And it was pretty awesome. Whoops. Okay. There you go. And... oh, that makes a noise. That's cool. Alright. So what was I saying? So yeah. So I convince everyone that this guy who is a liberal, I convinced them all that he is fascist. And was this the way out? No, not quite. It's over here that's the way out. Ahead a bit more. Yes. So I convince everyone that he is fascist, and I don't remember any more details of that game really, except that I was fascist, and I convinced everyone that a liberal was fascist, and I believe he got shot too, and then we won, and then of course at the end of the game I'm like, hey guys, so you know how I told you he's a fascist and you shot him? Yeah, he was a liberal, and I was a fascist. So, good job. And fucking got him again. And so then the next game, I was Hitler. And someone else got the presidential power to see which side I'm on, and they chose me. And then they told everyone I was a fascist. So then, I immediately acted outraged. Then stopped and thought about it from basically I'm like, holy shit, you fuck. Like, no, I'm not. What the hell? And then I stopped and like thought about it for a minute and basically concocted a plan, like basically mentally thought of myself in his place as a fascist and imagined a scenario where I would, like a full complete scenario where basically the same kind of thing I'd done in the last game, but like I just kind of tried to imagine a more complicated, like more complete scenario in my mind real fast. And so basically I sat there, I was like acting all angry, and then thought about it for a minute, and then I was like, holy shit, you guys, he's gonna do this, and then he's gonna do that, and then he's gonna do that, and oh fuck, you're fucking clever, like holy shit, that's great, like fuck you, like that they're gonna fall for it and everything, like screw you, man, that's a good plan. And everyone else fucking bought it at that point, because like I came up with this whole thing where I was like, holy shit, this is what he's doing, guys. He's trying to make you think I'm fascist, and he's gonna do this, and it's gonna be terrible. But of course, he was actually just telling the truth. So I got him shot, and but I got him shot, and simultaneously gained the trust of the others. So as soon as we had 3 fascist policies passed, or well, actually, right after 3 fascist policies passed and him shot, someone else is like, I think you should be the chancellor to me. And everyone's like, yeah. And then I'm like, by the way, I'm Hitler, and y'all just lost. And so that was fucking great, because, you know, again, got everyone to trust me, and then they elect me chancellor, and then because I'm fucking Hitler, we win. So that was fun. And then, the final game I played, or actually, no, it wasn't the final. No, it wasn't the final game I played. So then the next game I played, I ended up being Hitler again. And, as is now my new favorite phrase, no one expects the double Hitler. Shut up, yawning me in the game. No one expects the double Hitler. No one. So, initially, a couple people suspected the double Hitler, and although they were probably joking more than anything, but hey, maybe they did suspect the double Hitler. But in any case, of course, I say the whole thing that I said before, like, oh, you can't use a past game to figure out right now, like, you just can't do that, and whatever. And, we go through our game, and we're playing, and essentially, very early on, I noticed that everyone is fairly suspicious of me. Like, there's no convincing them. And, like, obviously, you gotta be sly about how you convince them. You can't just be like, oh, I'm a good guy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You have to be sly about it. And so, like, I noticed early on that they're just not falling for it this time. So what I do is I switch up my tactics a little bit. And rather than trying to just be like, oh, I'm a good guy, guys, I'm a good guy, I focus on, whatchamacallit. Nope, this guy's. Come on. Yes, I know, I'm getting tired. Okay, good. Ooh, this is interesting. I've never been in a in an interchange quite like this one. I've never been on one, both in real life and in the game, I think. Actually, no. On second thought, I think I have been through an interchange similar to this in California, but I'm not sure. Definitely not been in one in Nevada, because I've not been in Nevada. Well, I think I've been in Nevada maybe once or twice. I'm not sure. Okay. Have I? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'd have to... No, this is Arizona, not Nevada, and I have been in Nevada, and I've been to Vegas and stuff, so yeah, I've been in Nevada, not Arizona. I gotta think my brain's states right. Yes. Flagstaff discovered. Alright. Yeah, and then immediately the speed limit drops, and I would have gotten a horrible ticket had a cop been nearby to catch me. Ooh, look at that, frame drops. In a city, the frame rate always goes down a little bit. Or maybe it's not, and it's just my mind that's playing tricks on me because of the lack of anti-aliasing. I'm not sure. Anyhow, I'm getting tired. I should pull into a parking place to rest. I know I should. Let me go by. Thank you. It's kind of a jerk move on my part, but it worked. Alright. So, where was I? Okay, so yeah. Essentially, like I said, I had to change tactics because no one was listening to me. And the other thing I did, which was a bit of a mistake, but I think overall still worked out well, was as Hitler, I got the chance to play a fascist policy, and I went for it. I just went ahead and did it. And then I was like, yeah, I was given no choice, I didn't, whatever, blah, blah. So that was obviously suspicious and probably a bad move, but, it worked out alright, so I was okay with it. But, essentially what I did, like I said, I had to change tactics. So what I did was I ended up with the presidential power to look at a player, right, when I played that fascist card. And so I looked at a player. They happened to be liberal. And so I just basically went crazy with it. Like, the whole game, I just kept telling people, like, yeah, he's liberal, he's cool, we can trust him, blah, blah, blah. And, of course, since he was liberal, and they could trust him, he would, like, when he got elected, the couple of times he did, he would, of course, play, nope, that's the wrong way. He would, of course, play liberal cards. It's, why wouldn't he? He actually was liberal. And, so So like I said, I got everyone to trust him, and he was actually liberal, so that's not the best idea, exactly. But it worked out pretty well for my plans. And can I get this in place, please? This is really not working out for me. Okay, let's see if I can pull it around and kind of try again with the way I come in here. Okay, come on. Oh, that's a little bit bouncy, the terrain. The horn on this thing is great. Oh, what the fuck was that? Did my engine just die? Oh, invisible wall? Please don't tell me there's an invisible wall here. Oh, come on, there's an invisible wall here. Right. This is a bit of a problem. See, I can't go unless you back the fuck out of my way. But you're not going to back the fuck out of my way because you're a stupid AI. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, essentially I need to let enough of this traffic go by for me to get an opening, and then I need to go across. Yeah, chill. Chill the fuck out. Okay. Yes, you've got enough room. Come on. You can do it. Don't take fucking all day. Come on, mate. Because if you take fucking all day, I can't fucking do this. Alright. I don't think I can do this anyhow, but we'll try. Yes, I know I'm getting tired. Fucking deal with it, mate. Fucking deal with it, mate. Why am I trying to be accented in everything? Alright. Yes! Thank you. So yeah, basically the whole game I focused on convincing everyone that this liberal player was liberal, which he was. So then he starts to trust me, but he's also a little bit suspicious about how hard I'm pushing about this. But everyone else doesn't suspect him at all. And I kind of feed off of this to basically, I don't manage to get anyone to trust me, but I manage to get them to forget their distrust of me. Because essentially everyone thinks I'm a fascist. But I get them to kind of forget that everyone thinks that I'm a fascist. And they kind of like forget about me to a certain degree. And one thing that tried to happen is a fascist tried to get me elected. But it didn't work out so well because no, I don't want to leave Arizona. Wow, that's pretty far out to be in the same city still. Whatchamacallit? Ah, here we go. This is a nice one. All right. A fascist tried to get me elected chancellor as soon as it was an option, but because everyone was suspicious of me, like, that fell through really bad. And like, I knew it was gonna fall through really bad. Like, I knew it was a bad choice the moment I saw him do that. I'm like, shit, why are you doing this? No one trusts me. Don't you see? No one trusts me. And so I voted no also. I'm like, dude, I'm cool and all, but like, seriously, that was a really weird move. Like, don't do that right now. Like, look, you know, whatever. We know we can trust this guy, but no one really trusts me right now, so I'm gonna vote no too, to kind of show you guys, like, I'm cool, like, I understand. I'm not trying to get power. Like, I just know that it's not gonna work out like that. And it works fairly well. Like, even though that nearly kind of gave us away, it worked out all right. And we were able to keep going. Yes, I know I'm getting tired. I'm actually gonna go handle that right now. So chill the fuck out. Alright, is this button and this button. There we go. Early in the morning. Alright. Oops, that's... No. I didn't mean to... Well, I mean... Hey, it worked. I didn't mean to sleep twice there, but I actually meant to start the engine, but for some reason my brain's like, yes, hit the rest button to start the engine, because that makes sense, right? So yeah, he tries to do that. That fails right away, but I managed to convince everyone not to be suspicious of, well, to forget that they're suspicious of me, essentially, again. And then it comes down to essentially a fascist policy passes, a liberal policy passes, a fascist policy passes. So like, it's getting real close, and I'm beginning to think we might not win it. Like we have the advantage because no one really knows who anyone is still, but it's coming real close. It's getting real close to being the end of it all. And finally, it comes down to there's 4 liberal policies and 5 fascist policies, so it's literally to the last one on each track. And there we go. Okay. And the obviously at this point there's the veto power, and this is the point where our president at this point I figured out that our president is a fascist, like he must be, because he's the one that tried to get me elected chancellor like right away, even though like almost no one trusted me. Like I realized he must be a freaking fascist, because no one else would try to do that at that point. Like no one trusts me, you know. Like he just made a mistake, that's all it is. And so he's the president, and he gives the chancellor's cards, and then of course the chancellor says, I wish to veto this because it's you know, it's not a good wasn't it one of these? Oh, it's gone now. Oh, this is a good job anyhow. But he says I wish to veto this, and of course that's because I slept right after accepting the job. Whoops. Alright, he says I wish to veto this, and of course the other guy, being a fascist, says nope, you gotta play one, and they're both fascist. And so that's the end of the game right there. And it was a great moment for everyone, because they're like, fuck, and it was so close and everything. And then I'm like, hey guys, guess what, I was Hitler. And then that's the moment that was really fun, because everyone was like, oh my god, I was so suspicious of you, why didn't I do something about it? Like, whatever, blah, blah. And I was just sitting there thinking to myself, you know, like, you didn't do anything about it because I made you forget you were suspicious of me. Like, that was the whole thing I did, was just make you forget that you're suspicious of me. And it fucking worked great. And so, you know, it was a lot of fun. Especially, like, constantly deceiving people and being like, oh, guess what? I was fascist the whole time. Oh, guess what? So-and-so was a liberal. You know, like, you shot the liberal. Good job. And all sorts of things like that. And so we had a lot of fun. There was one more game after that where I was a fascist, but that time, unlike the previous games we played, I messed up when basically the way we did things was we had everyone put a hand on the table like a fist, and then we had everyone close their eyes. Then fascists open their eyes, Hitler put a thumbs up, and then fascists close their eyes, Hitler put your thumb down, and then we start the game. That time, I was fascist, but I didn't notice who Hitler was. Like, I was looking around, and because of a bit of a brain derp on my part, I didn't recognize who Hitler was. And so I was playing the game for the first couple of rounds with no idea who Hitler was, and trying to figure out how to silently signal to someone that I had no idea who Hitler was, and I was supposed to know who he was. But it just wasn't, there was no way I was going to be able to do that, so I kind of had to forget about it, chill out or whatever, and just try and figure it out and help the fascists however I could. And luckily I managed to, while we were playing, figure out who Hitler was, because I just, aw, come on. It's a fucking highway at this point. I shouldn't, fuck you, game. I just basically was like, I managed to figure out who it was based on what the other fascists were doing, and also what player that was Hitler was doing, so that was nice. But it was definitely an interesting game because I fucked up. And then we managed to get Hitler chancellorship, I believe. It was either that or passed enough policies. I'm 99% sure it was we got Hitler the chancellorship though. And it was pretty funny because like at the end I'm like, yeah, so at the beginning of that game I fucked up. Like, did you notice I was like really quiet at the beginning? I wasn't being as talkative as I normally am, and I'm like, yeah, it's because I fucked up and I didn't know who Hitler was and I was supposed to. But then I managed to figure it out and we kept going. It was good, and they were kind of like, yeah, I noticed that a little bit. Like, you're acting a bit strange. And I'm like, yep, I just fucked up, that's all. And then I went to some panel or show or event. I think it was the, what did they call it? It's like it's kind of like a talent show, like different things, like different singing and dancing routines and stuff like that. I forget what they called it. But that was pretty fun, and I went and saw that, so I didn't continue playing Secret Hitler. But yeah, overall it was a great time, great event, lots of fun. That game is very fun. I can't wait to get a hold of it, like as a board game when it comes out as a board game, and get some of my friends to play. I specifically was talking to a friend of mine, Steven, and he said, if I remember correctly, he said he wanted to play it, but that he sucks at those kind of games, and that he decided, based on all the things I told him about how I tricked everyone, that he just wasn't going to trust me when we play it. Like, just no matter what, he's just by default not going to trust me at all. And I was like, yeah, considering how good I am at it, how manipulative and everything, you probably shouldn't. And so that should be interesting. Hopefully we can do that. Maybe, just maybe, we could even get like a video of it. I don't know. I think it would be fun to try to record a video of playing that. But I don't know. We'll see. I do have a nice camera and a nice tripod that I haven't used much and I've been wanting to use. So maybe I'll do that. That'd be fun. Right now though, I'm speeding and I don't want to get a ticket. I think I just passed the cop and they didn't give me a ticket. Awesome. So Arizona cops better than California cops. That's what we learned here. Then again, the last ticket I got was, I believe, Arizona. But then again, that was, I think, a much higher overspeed. This is perfectly legal, honest. In Arizona, this is legal. Yeah. Yeah. Don't learn how to drive from me. If you're doing that, you're fucking doing it wrong. Shit. At least I didn't damage the trailer. At least I didn't damage the trailer. Home accessories to the Phoenix airport. Oh, cool. I was wondering when I was gonna get to go to Phoenix. Like, this is gonna be cool. I don't know how much further I have to go though, and this episode's kind of running long, so I think I will. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about. Nope, I'm not gonna turn there. I'm thinking about continuing to. Yes, I am. I'm thinking about continuing all the way to Phoenix because it said it's well, it's 31 miles right now. 30 miles, 29 miles. Yeah, we should be there fairly quickly. So actually, I'll just go ahead and say goodbye now, and you'll see me get to Phoenix for the end of this video. Ah! Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in space. God damn it. Oh yeah, I'm not going to Phoenix, am I? No, yeah, I am.